Tony Romo gave his press conference. And now and I'm going to say this first. Whether this was a PR thing, and not saying it was a PR stunt, but saying, whether those were his exact words or they weren't, it felt sincere. You could tell the fire in him and how upset he is kind of saying it, because he's basically forced to give the team fully to Dak Prescott, because Dak's earned it. And exactly what he said. And, we all know the Dallas Cowboys job belongs to Dak Prescott. And he's earned it. He's earned it. Basically, that's it. He's earned it. So down for Tony Romo. Where is Tony Romo going to play in 2017? Because his future with the Dallas Cowboys, well, there really isn't a future anymore. It's all but over. Cowboys don't need him. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he could sit there and sit back, and in case Dak gets hurt or struggles, maybe Tony Romo could go in. It's just, that's a perfect world scenario. But in the NFL, the way it works, that's not going to happen. And if it did, it would just cause more trouble. Because again, if Dak ended up struggling next year or so, and you put Romo in for a game, well, then you're going to have all the media again. It's not like, it just doesn't work that way. So now, did a little research, looked up where Romo could potentially play in 2017, because there are a few teams that would give him a contract offer. First, and again, this is no particular order. Now, I will say this, Romo should just retire from the NFL and just go play professional golf. He could, all honesty, he could play PGA golf. He could become a professional golfer. He's that good, and he could do it. He could do it. So, he wouldn't be taking any hits. His back might be a little bit of a problem, so I don't really know, but Tony Romo could play golf. Just throwing it out there. So first we got the New York Jets. Now Ryan Fitzpatrick, gone. Geno Smith, gone. Christian Hackenberg and Bryce Petty. Is that really who you really want to lead your team with? Now Bryce Petty looked okay last week. Looked okay. But is that really what you want to build your future at? Now, potentially, that means if they can go get Tony Romo next year, and it's not like, Mr. Hayes would say no to that, because he brought in another old guy a few years back, a guy named Brett Favre. That's right. So it's not like, it's out of the realm that Romo could go play in New York. So in that case, they could go use an early draft pick on another part of the team, right? They could build around something else and use that win now mentality. Then they also almost traded Richardson to the Cowboys, so they could move him on draft day, and then you get another top pick. Maybe that does something for you. Maybe that you start building something there. Tony Romo's your quarterback. So Jets are a possibility. Then you have the San Francisco 49ers. Cap's all but gone next year in San Francisco, and possibly Chip Kelly too. And I know what you're thinking, well, if Chip Kelly stays, Romo can't really run that offense. Guys, drop it. There is no spread option offense with Chip Kelly in the NFL. It's just, it hasn't happened. If it's not happening with Kaepernick, it's not happening with anybody else. And I know what you're saying, well, maybe Deshaun Watson, Brad Kaiser. It's not happening. Move on. So Romo could be the veteran quarterback that they might need. He could change the culture in the locker room. Again, it's all about a win now for every team that brings in Tony Romo. So you change the locker room, you change the culture in the Bay Area, and you go to a team that you might be able to turn around pretty quickly. So you have that, and you have, again, a top pick where you can use and go get a receiver or a top O lineman. Leonard Fournette, I don't know. No, they're going to have a top 5 pick, so probably not. But you get what I'm saying. They could end up building for the future while having a win now with Tony Romo. It could work out. Then you have the Chicago Bears. Now, Romo attended Eastern Illinois, so maybe a little homecoming type thing for the Bears. Jay Cutler also all but gone for the Bears. They're going to be in the quarterback market. They can go pick him up, keep Alshon Jeffrey like we just discussed, and see what you got with that. I think the Bears would be okay with bringing in Tony Romo over Jay Cutler. Possibly. I don't know. Bears fans, you can let me know. Last 3 teams. The Arizona Cardinals. Now, if Carson Palmer decides to hang it up and retire, Romo could enter right in. Arizona's been able to what's the word I'm looking for? Reviving veterans back. I mean, you have Kurt Warner, sucked, then to the Super Bowl. Carson Palmer, sucked, almost to the Super Bowl. Tony Romo, injured, not really sucks, but you maybe, right? You get what I'm saying. Arizona Cardinals could also be another team. The Cleveland Browns, I know. I'm just saying. The Cleveland Browns, I mean, they have no direction right now. They could offer him. I doubt they. It's kind of weird. I don't really say I doubt they will because I don't really know. I don't think anybody knows if they would actually offer him or not. I wouldn't be surprised if they do or don't. It's just one of that. But they are an option. They are a team looking for a quarterback. The wild card that I want to throw out there, and it's most likely not happening, but I want to throw it out there. It's a wild card, it's a dark horse, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to throw it out there. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Whoa, before you click off the video, before you stop the show, here's why. Now, Bortles, he took a huge step back. I mean, a tremendous step back. An almost shocking and alarming step back. Now, and it might most likely cost Gus Bradley his job. So the same thing as the 49ers here. This could be bringing the veteran. You change the culture. You change that locker room. You get the young bucks of your star receivers and your young talent to look up to a Tony Romo. And Tony Romo leads this team. He steps in and just leads this team. And it's not like it's hard to win the AFC South. I mean, they're bad. The Colts suck. The Texans are inconsistent. The Titans, young, looking alive, but so many flaws as well. It's not, and I'm not saying Romo makes them an instant contender, but it definitely makes them an AFC South contender. And that could be something the Jaguars look at. And again, it's still a top draft pick. You still got to build for the future. You're already building for the future, but you can win now with a Tony Romo. So, and I know I'm not saying we throw out Bortles. I think it's just, I mean, he's throwing a lot of picks, guys. It's just been bad. I don't know. And it seems like all of his stats that we all talk about Bortles all come in that garbage time. In the fourth quarter when they're already out, he's getting a chunk of yardages and the touchdowns start going up. So maybe Bortles isn't actually all that good. That's another discussion video we could have. So tweet me at Short Sports Show. Where do you see Tony Romo playing in 2017? Do you still see him in Dallas? I don't. I do not see him in a Dallas uniform next year. I do see him in one of those. Let me know in the comment section down below. Also tweet me at Short Sports Show and become a fan on Facebook, The Short Sports Show.